Hello guys, my name is June. A few months ago, I did a road trip in the north of Peninsular Malaysia in my Subaru Forester. Well, now that I have a new camping rig, a Toyota Land Cruiser, it is time to embark on another road trip. This time round, covering the south of Peninsular Malaysia. This is gonna be a multiple episode series with double the fun, double the excitement. I will be sharing the joy, the pain, the excitement, the challenges, and all the bittersweet moments of this adventure. Remember to like, comment, subscribe if you haven't, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you don't miss an episode. Previously, on episode 1 of the road trip, I drove down south to Johor and explored Old Town Kluang, had a mini little food adventure, parked the Land Cruiser at a nice hilltop campsite, and made a few new furry friends. And now the journey continues. This is day 2 of my road trip around the south of Peninsular Malaysia. I just left Kluang and I'm heading further down south now. A little bit of a surprise destination. I'm going down south and I'm going to cross the border into Singapore. And if you're wondering why I'm going to Singapore and why I'm driving to Singapore, keep watching and I shall reveal later in the video. Alright, before the border crossing into Singapore, let's just fill up the tank first. I've got my AutoPass card, and just like any border crossing, we've got to do the paperwork. So I've got my VEP, Vehicle Entry Permit approval email, got my car insurance certificate, car grant copy, road tax copy, and the AutoPass card. Okay, let's go to Singapore. Singapore. So that was a very smooth border crossing. I always thought that this Land Cruiser's first border crossing is going to be Thailand. Who knew it was going to be Singapore? I'm at my friend's place now. The Land Cruiser is here because it is about to get a pretty amazing upgrade. And here's my dear friend, Jerome.
Hello. Hi.
Jerome is a Land Rover owner, collector, enthusiast, and also with a hidden talent of DIYing projects.
Okay, so basically now I've actually cut out a template. This was a template that I created before we started the project. So I basically traced out the existing door card. Then I proceeded to produce the prototype of the fold-down table. We will need to do some cutouts on the existing door card, on the existing door structure itself, to increase the usable space. So I pretty much marked out what I need to cut.
So the Land Cruiser is about to get a pretty sick drop-down table.
I'm just using
Plywood, okay. Oh, it's just a prototype. at Jerome's little workstation. Very organized. Good. So what's special about this DIY drop-down table is that we are going to make use of this dead space to form a recess for the drop-down table. So now Jerome is going to cut all the excess edges that might hinder the recess.
We want to minimize structural impact to the door itself. So we are going to leave the center alone.
Yeah.
That is also where the spare wheel mount is.
Yeah. So we're not gonna touch the center. A little bit painful to trim this off, but it's gonna be worth it. It's so difficult.
Hey, come.
Right. So this is the prototype, not the actual final outcome of the table. Jerome basically just took measurements one day and brought all the measurements back and started working on it remotely. So I think this is pretty impressive. Although there's a little bit of imperfection over here, it doesn't fit in 100%, but that's okay. It's just a prototype. Yeah, we should be able to rectify this issue.
Hiya.
Hiya.
Not 100%.
So we are going to modify a part of the table so that it's flush, hoping that it will fit perfectly after this. So as I have mentioned, Jerome loves DIY projects. He's got a deep passion for DIY projects, especially for overlanding vehicles. Look at this Land Rover Series 3, which he had done up all by himself. With the interior. There are even compartments up here. Drawer. A drop-down table. Super sturdy. So after the modification, we basically cut out this part. It's now flush. And my two red door drop-down tables are done. And it is beautiful! Look at that! Recesses for storage, with extra consideration given for the door handle. Love it. And the star of the show. This will be my kitchen counter. Look at that. And I love these recesses to store my condiments, oil bottles, salt and pepper. It's got all these elastic straps to hold them in. And I've also got a pull-up tabletop. Love it! And when you keep the table, you get this beautiful design that looks like molly rack. And this is the logo of June Outdoors. Thank you so much, Jerome. It's beautiful.
Okay, hope you get to use it the next couple of days.
I'm going to be cooking here. So at the moment, this is just a prototype using MDF panel, which is basically just wood. So I'm gonna take these for a test run, just gonna use it for a few months and see how it performs. And then if all goes well, probably provide some feedback, and then we will work on the final product, which is stainless steel. So stay tuned. So the latch and lock mechanism was really nice, but we noticed when we slam the door shut, it doesn't hold. So we're gonna modify it and use elastic hooks instead.
Just put the screw back. Move it. The pressure will be off again.
So that's the main reason I drove to Singapore for the installation of a kitchen in my Land Cruiser. A huge shout out to Jerome for taking on the challenge of this DIY project. Land Cruiser project done, it is time to explore this beautiful country. Did a nice walk in the park to work up an appetite to feast and indulge in the food culture in Singapore. I love the hawker centers here because you get everything under one roof. And the food is pretty good, I must say. And of course, I also managed to catch up with a few friends and spend some quality time with family. By the way, I think I found my new favorite Singaporean delicacy. This is charcoal fish hot pot. Fresh fish slices, beautiful ingredients, and a broth to die for. I am definitely coming back for this. Currently cruising along East Coast Park. So car camping is not allowed in Singapore, but I'm looking for a spot to open up my rooftop tent and awning because a few days ago in Goa I had to pack them wet because it was raining. So I really need to dry the tent and awning before it gets moldy and smelly. Let's hope I find a suitable spot to open them up. So this is a very big car park.
Your destination is on the right.
At the far end of East Coast Park. Drying the rooftop tent and the awning at East Coast Park. This is what you gotta do if you want to maintain these gears. As you can see, it's still very wet from packing it down wet a few days ago. So it's really important that I dry them out. Great weather today, so it should be dry in an hour or two. Meanwhile, let's just chill at the beach. I got my laptop here, so let's get some work done. Coming up in the next episode, I bid goodbye to Singapore and drive back into Johor, Malaysia. Explore a fisherman village, car camp at another hilltop location with a view, tried out my new kitchen, and encountered the worst nightmare, my first mechanical hiccup. Uh-oh. See you in the next video.
Sometimes things happen beyond your control, as if they have a life of their own. The choices you make, what appears to be right, seems you just have no say.